Hello everyone, Dan 14th Prime here. Today I want to check out with you guys the Takara Legends 46. This is the Targetmaster Cup. A very cool revision of the Hasbro Titans Returns Cup, and we'll get both of them in here to compare in the video. But typical Deluxe class packaging here. Got the Targetmaster down there in the corner, Headmaster, the vehicle. Up top you get some of the Headmaster product shot effects. Some artwork here. Artwork on this side of the box. Product shots with all the various modes and gimmicks on the other. And then more of the same on the back of the box here. Vehicle mode, there's your Targetmaster, looks pretty cool. Headmaster works with the vehicle, all the usual stuff. So let's pop this guy out of the box, check him out. Very quickly, as usual, the instruction booklet here, some cool artwork of Cup and his Targetmaster. The product shots with the tech specs. And then, of course, inside you have the comic. Nothing too uncomfortable happening in this version with some Japanese girls, so that's good. Instructions are here. So here we have Cup out of the box. Again, overall, largely the Hasbro mold. They remolded the shoulders. We'll take a look at. The Headmaster is much better. The paint, very, very different. So it is really cool. It is, I'd say, middle of the road different when you think about the range of differences that Takara and Hasbro have, with the extreme being like Super Jinrai and the other side basically being repaint that you typically see, like with the Sharkticon. This guy is sort of in the middle because they've done some retooling to complement the very, very different paint scheme. And I'm just spinning them around here so you can check it out. Again, it's kind of that gray blue kind of color. Some nice accent paints as always by Takara. Taillights on the back. Autobot logo up there, up top. Let's get his Hasbro brother in here and compare. So here you've got the two side by side, and really Hasbro not being outdone in terms of where they're putting paint, but obviously you have Hasbro taking more of the toy approach, Takara more of the tune. And then it's probably hard to notice, but you will see some shoulder remolding that comes into play right there. So definitely a significant deco difference between the two. Nice accent paint there that Takara did. But otherwise, in the alt mode, nothing really strikes as too different, other than, of course, the deco. The Hasbro choosing to put their paint there versus the taillights. Takara going silver there on the grill. And then just in terms of Autobot logos there, if you get a little bit of the top side view, kind of top of the window, bottom of the window, bigger, smaller. Some more accent through here. Little sloppy. Now, of course, Takara comes with the Targetmaster, and let's just take a look at him here because I want to show him how he can plug in alt mode. But you can see very nice silver paint over the shins there. Got this gunmetal gray all the way around. It's kind of some basic gray plastic in there on the thighs. But you can see they're even painting the bicep. Of course, he's a Targetmaster, so a lot of big backpack kibble there. But even the face, blue visor, silver face. So they've done some extra work there. And of course, transforming him, pretty simple. Just kind of spinning around the waist, flipping up the whole gun section, spinning the shins. And these have little pegs, which kind of peg into his back here. The arms just basically sit back. That's basically the look. So if you had Cup out here in alt mode, of course, he's got these pegs. With Hasbro, he came with like two guns that, as typical, could peg here and combine with to be used with the Headmaster. But here you just kind of get this effect. So that can plug there, spin around, it's pretty cool. And then again, if you just kind of take a closer look at that gun, you can see all that silver comes together really nice. The shins there kind of just go into this whole gun section, which sits on the back. Looks really cool. We'll check it out in bot mode, or with Cup in bot mode, of course, as well. But yeah, pretty cool Targetmaster. And again, to transform it back, just flip the legs down, spin these shins around, flip that back, and this is where you got to be careful. You could find yourself ending up something like this.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Just wanting to kind of spin the shins, spin the head. Actually, the head is like attached to the waist, so parental control that you can't really end them up in this very awkward looking position, which is good because you have to spin the waist, which spins the head, and of course I'll put his legs back. All right, so that's the Targetmaster. So now let's go ahead and transform Cup. We'll go, of course, from Alt to Bot mode here. If you want Bot to Alt, I will put it at the very, very end of this video, like way end, like past my goodbye, kind of like appendix. Unpeg the arms here from the back of the cab, just kind of flip those up out of the way. Unpeg the legs here from the top of the front of the cab. I think we need to get these rear fenders down. So now we can start to open up the leg, just flip all this down, sort of recreate the leg here. It's actually pretty slick. Just folds around, flip the foot out of the bottom. There you go. So again, this just kind of wraps around and creates a hollow leg. Flip the foot out. And in this section, you just push down in the back. So that is the legs. For the front here, it's got this extension thing. So spin them around. Put the window up. Put the front of the cab into the chest. Flip that down. This whole accordion section just kind of crunches back down. Of course, get his shoulders down and set. Get his hands positioned. And let's grab the Headmaster. Okay, so before we put on the Headmaster, let's go ahead and take a look. Let's compare the two. Of course, I got Takara in my left hand here and Hasbro over here on the right. You can see very, very different approaches. Takara, the old Sergeant G1 look. Hasbro, I mean, you get like a rough look, but it doesn't really convey, the age. So very, very different looks here. So I think a really nice head sculpt here with Takara. It looks like 4 colors going on between the face, the eyes, like this blue and that blue. And of course, just to unfold the guy and take a look. Again, nothing really special, but Takara does. If we can get in there, paint the face, blue visor, white face. So that looks pretty cool as well. Okay, so to finish our transformation, let's just go ahead and get him on the body. So here he is. We'll do a quick spin around just so you can check out the deco. Again, that kind of more gray, dark, more faded type blue look. Looks really cool, very tuned. Got some nice accents with the belt, the yellow. Again, the arms we're going to see are just totally different from Hasbro. You get much more of the round effect through there. So that's been a nice add to this figure. In addition to the head sculpt to really make him really come through like G1. And if we're bringing Hasbro here, just do the Targetmaster look. So there he is with the big gun. Just have him strike a bit of a battle pose here, and let's get Hasbro in here to compare. Okay, so here the two are side by side, and it probably pops now, right? The arms, just completely different forms, very boxy and square here. You get like the nice round, almost kind of gauntlet look on the forms. Nice accent paint there. The shoulders, round as well. So big differences there. On the windshield here, Takara painted low, Hasbro painted high. And of course, inside the chest there, we saw the front of the car and how that makes it look different with all silver versus the yellow accents there. And you can see down the figure, Hasbro is actually using more yellow accents. Takara kind of keeping that grayish look throughout. So this is one of those figures where Takara versus Hasbro, it's a big, it's about as big of a difference as we get, right? With a little bit of remolding, very different decos. I think whenever we look at these, there's some that are, close. And you got to ask yourself, is it that different? Chrome Dome and some of those guys come to mind. I thought both were really good. But this guy is one that's just, very different deco. And if you want what Takara's got, you just got to pick it up. But just letting these spin around so you can check them out. And I like the Hasbro one too. I had the G1 as a kid, and you can't deny that color. It just reminds you of that toy. But I think Cup here, like we saw with Scourge, like we saw with Blur, I think just really different and a lot better for me at least. All right, guys, so there you have it. Takara versus Hasbro for Sergeant Cup. Of course, Takara going Targetmaster as well. So slightly different version of the character, I guess, overall in that regard. But definitely liking the look of Takara. I'll put some links in the description below. As always, if you're interested in picking either of these figures up, I'll point you in a couple directions. Be sure to check out my Amazon page. And as always, if ever these videos are helpful or useful to you, the easiest thing you can do to say thanks is just click through those links to do really any of your shopping. Appreciate the support. I'll see you next time. Okay, so for those that need it, I said I would go bot to alt mode in the appendix, so that is where we are. Let's start off by kind of flipping the hands back, folding up the arms, and folding back the arms. So fold them up, just fold them kind of back for now. They go up like that. Let's open up the cab section here, flip out the length of the cab, close that back up. Extend the waist section like this, spin it like this, and fold that back. Now we got to open up all the legs. Come on. Flip up the shin, flip out that panel. You can flip down the foot. So flip up the shin, open up the whole panels here. You can flip down the foot. These go all the way up. They basically make the truck bed. These wrap around. So wrap around. They peg into the front here. So these arms here, we have to rotate them, add them too high. So we'll kind of rotate them over like this. There's a peg here that pegs in the back of the cab. Again, these peg into the front of the cab. Let's make sure we're creating our truck bed here. A little bit of peg there. You know, these all flip up and peg together. So basically did it by itself. But there you go. Bot to alt mode. And of course, if you like bonus scene, you put your little Targetmaster in there. Cruise away.